What position are you going to put your PlayStation 5 in? My Google Pixel 5 buds look like an egg. They're just called Google Pixel buds, not Google Pixel 5 buds. That's the phone. I don't know where I'm going with this intro. Do you? Do you know where I'm going? Come here. Why don't you tell me? Come here. It's time for the news. Skip it up and that up. So here's a fun fact that I actually forgot about. Since the PlayStation 2, Sony has let you hold... So here's a fun fact for you. Since Sony's PlayStation 2, their consoles have been able to be horizontal or vertical, which is nice because if you have to put it next to a TV, having the console vertical can be very convenient. Or if you have maybe a table that's not as sturdy and it may shake a little bit, putting it horizontal is a better idea. You shouldn't have a console with a moving part in it on a table that's shaky, but you get my point. Well, anyway, we saw PlayStation 5 engineer Yasuhiro Ootori take apart the PlayStation 5 or do a teardown, and we saw the stand. It comes with a stand that you use both in horizontal and vertical positions of the console, and you clasp it on. If you want to do it vertical, you have to actually screw the stand in, which makes sense because you're going to want to make sure the stand is firmly connected to the console. But people are wondering which position is better for the PlayStation 5, which will allow it to dissipate more air and stay cooler. Well, Yasuhiro Ootori actually discussed this, and this is what he had to say. This is a frequently asked question. From the designer's point of view, there is no difference in cooling performance between vertical and horizontal installation. I think some people think that the heat dissipation efficiency should be higher in the vertical installation due to the chimney effect. However, in a cooling system with an active fan, electric fan, the chimney effect is at the measurement error level. It works according to the specifications in both horizontal and vertical installation. Personally, I like the vertical placement where the top and bottom of the PS5 logo can be seen correctly. So I know why this is a frequently asked question, because I know a lot of people have if they don't have their TVs on a wall, they have an entertainment center where it has like quadrants for each component that you have, whether it be a console, an AV home theater receiver, so on and so forth. And yeah, the PlayStation 5 will be fine on its side. The only thing I'll say is that when you put a console in something like an entertainment center, just make sure the back of it has plenty of ventilation. Even with expensive furniture, they still have those cheap backs that you could just like pull off or cut out so you could put holes in them. I would just say take the whole back off. Unless the back is meant to keep the home entertainment center structurally sound, I take it off so the components I have in there have good airflow. If that's what you're worried about, that's the only thing that I would do. But whether you want the console vertical next to your television or horizontal in an entertainment center, it'll be fine. You know, I know we heard some interesting things about Sony adjusting fan speeds via firmware, which makes me think they might use consumers as a guinea pig to find... Look, the console's not going to cook itself to death, but what I think Sony's worried about is they obviously have safeguards in place, so if the CPU or system on a chip, I should say, gets too hot, it's going to throttle so it doesn't do damage to itself. They want to get it to not throttle. They want to get it so they can get the most out of the SoC they have in the PlayStation 5. And that's why they're doing these firmware updates. Do I think that they should have tested this out more before putting it on the market? Of course. But do I think the console is going to break? No. So this is good news, though, because has been times before where a company will be like, yeah, you could put it vertical and horizontal, but yeah, you really should have it one way or the other way. Sony's saying right here, it doesn't matter which way you have the console, just make sure it has ventilation. That's for any piece of technology, PC, console, AV receiver, you name it. Just make sure it could stay cool. This is Rich at Review Tech USA signing out. Have a good one. Hey, if you enjoy my content, consider becoming a Review Tech USA member. I'll have a link below in the description. I live stream now on this channel all the time, and it gives you access to cool emoticons to use as well while I live stream. Again, link below in the description. Thank you for your continued support.